Breaking news as a new huge cheating scandal has arrived to the chess world. 22-year-old super grandmaster Kirill Shevchenko, originally from Ukraine, nowadays representing Romania, has been expelled from the Spanish team championships after a phone was found in the toilet. An absolute remarkable headline by chess.com. And the news is totally fresh. And it could be that I don't know everything yet. But the information I'm sharing in this video with you is based on that article by chess.com. And it's quite a remarkable story. So what happened is that Shevchenko, a top grandmaster, was playing in round 1 and 2 against also very strong grandmasters Amin Bassem from Egypt and Francisco Villagapons from Spain. Now, during these games, Shevchenko was walking quite a lot. And whenever you're walking a lot, you're away from the board many times, of course, people start getting suspicious. So was also Francisco Villagapons. He called the arbiter, and the arbiter started an investigation to check the behavior of Shevchenko. As the arbiter went to Shevchenko, and Shevchenko said that he had a problem and had to go to the toilet. And the arbiter said that he reminded the player that it's actually necessary to ask permission to visit the toilet. Well, I've been playing a lot of tournaments myself. I've never asked permission to the arbiter. I mean, if I have to go to the toilet, I can go myself, obviously. But there is, of course, also the rule in chess that whenever you leaving the playing hall, you have to ask permission from the arbiter. For instance, to smoke. That is an official rule. But now most of the tournaments have a playing venue where there's also a toilet to go to. But here in this Spanish team championship, the toilet was located outside the playing hall, which explains why you have to ask the permission from the arbiter to go to the toilet. Now, story continues. As the arbiter asked a member of the organizing committee to investigate this story. And, well, Shevchenko was spotted going to the toilet multiple times. And later in that toilet, a mobile phone had been found with the text in Spanish: "No toques el teléfono, se dejo para que el huésped contestará por la noche." I'm not sure pronouncing correctly. I do speak a bit of Spanish, but anyway, it means don't touch the phone, and this phone has been left so that the owner can answer it at night. Well, absolutely remarkable story, but how do we know that this phone is from Shevchenko? Well, it turned out that also this phone, at least the text written on the phone, has a lot of similarities to the hand script of Shevchenko. You could compare it with the score sheets used in round 1 and 2, and the ink and handwriting is very, very similar. So that is quite remarkable. They also noted, the organizers, they noted that the phone's time zone was 1 hour ahead of Spain, 2 ahead of nearby Morocco, which may hint that the time zone is the one from Romania. Well, I'm not sure this is clear proof that Shevchenko was indeed using the phone while playing, but nevertheless, it is absolutely prohibited to bring a phone to the playing hall or use it anytime during play. So interestingly, what happened is, of course, Shevchenko was asked about what happened, but with the help of a translator, Daniel Yufa, he absolutely denied all the accusations. And well, that's of course a standard typical thing which happens. You're not going to admit if you're cheating, but also if you would be cheating, I cannot imagine he would admit anyway. But now more people are stepping out here, as Amin Bassem also responded that he felt quite suspicious that he was walking quite a lot, and whenever he came back to the board, he started to play pretty fast and pretty good moves as well. So yeah, I mean, it's not proof, but it's certainly something which can strengthen the story. But should also be said in general that from my own experience, a lot of people are getting quite paranoid whenever they see people walking, people talking to each other. I know it's forbidden, but it doesn't mean that the actual player is cheating at that time. So yeah, that is quite remarkable. You see here this news article. The games have been published, played by Shevchenko. Anyway, what happened is that the arbiter changed two things: the results of the game. So the game with Bassem ended in a draw. Bassem won the game eventually, as the arbiter changed it, and also Vallejo Pons, who lost his game, now actually got a full point. So it's an interesting story to hear more about the actual evidence from this story. Now, still a lot of things are unknown, but what we also read in this article at the bottom is that chess.com reached out to Shevchenko for comment, but his captain, Spanish guy Jose Antonio Garcia Domingo, preferred not to comment to this article, to not say anything. Later on Twitter, or on X I should say, Tarjei Svensson, famous Norwegian chess journalist, said that Shevchenko's team captain, the same guy I mentioned earlier, he was very surprised by Shevchenko's reaction. He was too calm. If I was accused of something I didn't do, I would be furious. And that's interesting. I mean, people react differently. And, well, famous chess author and trainer Jacob Agard also actually said this is actually a mistaken assumption. Usually the furious ones are guilty, the innocent ones are shocked. And here you see the story is just in the developing process. A lot of people will have opinions. A lot of people they want to ban Shevchenko for life. But we all have to hear and see what is actually going to happen in the near future. Is Shevchenko going to speak himself? What are the consequences of this story? That's actually quite remarkable, shocking story, because if this is really true, Shevchenko, and I think he's number 65 in the world, if I'm not mistaken, let me just double check, at least a very strong player, apparently number 69 in the world ranking, that would probably mean that he would be the strongest player ever caught cheating. I mean, there are other famous grandmasters who has been caught. Thinking about Igor Zrausis, who passed away actually a few months ago. He was not as strong as Shevchenko. The other strong grandmaster which crossed my mind who has been caught cheating was French grandmaster Sébastien Feller, who actually got the help from outside during the Olympiad in Ganti-Mansijsk in 2010, if I'm not mistaken. It was actually the help of one of the French coaches. It's a different story. Also super strong grandmaster, rated 2600 plus. But here Shevchenko is, to my information, the highest rated player who has been caught. And well, let's see if this is true or what's going to happen in the near future. Anyway, it's a sad day for chess. This story for sure doesn't know any winners. Although it's publicity, and publicity, even negative ones, is usually good for chess. In a way, it's also quite sad that once again the headlines are made for chess with a cheating story. So that's it. I will keep you updated on the latest developments, and let me know in the comments what do you think of this juicy story, as well as your opinion on related topics, of course. Well, thanks for watching. Anyway, do subscribe to the channel if you would like to hear more these sort of cheating scandals in chess. Thanks for watching.